Hi, my name is Liz Jensen. I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. For the past 6 years, I've been able to help people get healthy, lose weight, get off medications, and change their lifestyle. It's something that I really enjoy. One thing that I really like to help people do is to reverse or prevent diabetes. Diabetes is something that is a very serious issue in America and around the world, really. And from a young age, I was aware of diabetes because my grandfather had diabetes. He actually had a leg amputated. He got gangrene and later died from complications of diabetes. And because he had type 2 diabetes, I knew that I was more likely to get that because it's genetic. Several of my father's side family has it. And that's something that it was important to me to learn how to avoid getting that. And so it's become a passion of mine to help people that have diabetes and would like to prevent it also. And one thing about diabetes, it's something that is reversible and preventable. And so I love to teach people how to do that. Let me share my screen really quickly. Let's see. Okay. So one thing that I love to do is just teaching people that healthy eating can be made simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. This is me actually after I had my sixth baby. I always was really into health and nutrition, but once I started having kids, the weight just piled on, and it was really hard to lose that. No matter what I did, I was struggling with that. And I found this program after I had my fifth baby, and then later had my sixth baby and was able to lose it again and be able to keep it off for the past, I guess my youngest is 3 now, so a little over 3 years. And that's one thing I love to be able to help people do also. Now let's talk about diabetes. Now, back in 2005, and this is from the CDC, they track obesity rates, diabetes, they track a lot of things, but this is in relation to diabetes. So in 2005, you could see that it was an issue. I think it really started, looking back, it really started about late 90s. That's when the fat-free phase popped up, and everything had to be fat-free. And sugar doesn't have fat, so products increased the sugar and reduced the fat. And that really was not a healthy option for our country. That is when diabetes started to increase. And so by 2005, you could see all of America has been impacted by diabetes at that time. Down in the South, there's just a few areas that it was over 9% of people had diabetes. Fast forward 10 years from then, in 2015, you can see how it's grown since then. All of the southern states have over 9% rate of diabetes, and it is slowly just growing through the whole United States. And so we can see this is really a crisis in America. This is the last report I could find from the CDC, so I'm sure it's even more impacted now. A few things about diabetes. If you are suffering from that right now, or if that runs in your family, just know that you are not alone. 29.1 million people have diabetes. So that is about 1 in 11 people have diabetes in America. And 1 in 4 have it but don't even know that they have it. So it's really a growing problem. A few other facts is, let's see, 9 out of 10 do not know they have prediabetes. So they are close to being diagnosed with diabetes. And 50% higher is the risk of death for adults with diabetes than if you do not have diabetes. And medication costs for people that with diabetes is twice as much as the other average person. And so without weight loss and moderate physical activity, most people are prone to be affected by diabetes. And so that's a big issue. And it doesn't just affect how you feel or your blood sugar. It can also lead to blindness, kidney failure, heart disease, stroke, and like my grandfather, loss of a toe, feet, or leg. And so this is a big problem. And so this is one thing that I love to educate people on and help people to have a better quality of life and be able to reverse that, or at least get off some of the medication that they're on. Now, obesity is more than just a pant size. It's more than just type 2 diabetes. There is high risk for disease if you're obese or overweight even. Increased need for medication, lower self-esteem, reduced quality of life, sleep disorders, a lot of sleep apnea, inflammation is caused when you have excess fat. It increases inflammation, which increases disease. Also high cholesterol, high blood pressure, depression, joint pain. These are just a few of the side effects of obesity. And so one way to avoid a lot of these things is just getting your weight under control and changing your lifestyle. And so I like to look at a few core habits that affect your weight. Number one thing that we teach people is eating within an hour of waking up. That really gets your blood sugar balance, get your metabolism going early in the morning. If you wait too long, you're going to be hungrier for high carb, high sugar foods. Plus, it slows down your metabolism if you don't get that going early in the morning. And then eating every 3 hours is important, especially if you have diabetes. You want to keep that blood sugar balance. And one thing I help my clients do is learning what to be eating every 3 hours to keep that blood sugar balance. You always want to have a protein and a carb, keep that blood sugar balance for 3-hour periods. It's kind of like a fire. You wouldn't just throw big logs on a fire, but you continually feed that fire throughout the day, and that would keep it strong, just like your metabolism. Also, drinking water. Drinking 100 ounces of water a day will make big changes in your inflammation, your hunger level, so many positive things about drinking water. So those are a few basic things that you could start with your habits to get moving in the right direction. All right, if you are diabetic, you probably know about the glycemic index. That is how your body reads sugar. And one thing that's important to know is it's not just sugar that spikes your blood sugar. Any food that has a carbohydrate can be changed to sugar. Your body changes that for energy. Some foods can spike your blood sugar a lot faster. So you want to keep your glycemic index foods lower to keep your blood sugar lower. And so with our program, we really teach you the things to be eating most of the time. And if you do eat those things that would spike your blood sugar, learning what things to eat with it to keep that more in balance. So we always say green means go. Eat that most of the time. Yellow or orange is in moderation, and red is more sparingly. So not to say that you can't ever have bananas or watermelon, but just know that those are high concentrated fruits, and those would spike your blood sugar more. And so you'd want to eat something that's low glycemic with it to help balance that out. It's also interesting to look at, for example, in this chart, the very low glycemic vegetables, you can see carrots. Raw carrots are a 30 on a scale of 1 to 100. 100 would be like pure sugar. And you look down into that orange level, and cooked carrots are an 80. So just cooking those carrots release the sugar and spike your blood sugar. So raw carrots are healthier for you than cooked carrots. So that's just an interesting fact. And so take a look at that. There's actually an app on your phone. You can just search glycemic index app, and that will help teach you what foods are lowest glycemic. And one trick is if you're ever eating, like I said, if you're ever eating something that's high glycemic, pairing it with a low glycemic food, especially a protein. Proteins are very low glycemic. That would help balance it out. But for example, if you're ever having rice that is very high glycemic, that would spike your blood sugar, you want to have like chicken with it or black beans, like help to balance that out. So just a little tip about glycemic index. All right, eating every 3 hours. You probably heard that if you're diabetic, you need to eat smaller, frequent meals to keep your blood sugar balanced. And a study done at University of Toronto, showed that this really makes a big difference. So they had 2 groups of people. Both of the groups ate the exact same foods during the day. Just one group ate them in 3 traditional meals, and the other ate them in smaller meals 6 times a day. The same foods, same amounts, just different times during the day. And one thing that they found is the group that ate smaller frequent meals lost more weight, they were less hungry, they reduced their cholesterol by 15% and their blood insulin by 28%. So that's huge, just by spreading out what you're eating in smaller portions throughout the day. And you can see this chart here. It really explains what happens. Usually, maybe you'll start your day with something high glycemic like orange juice and a bagel. You know, that would just put your blood sugar through the roof. And your body has to turn on its insulin pump and get that balance. Anytime your body turns on the insulin pump, that triggers your body to store fat. The next time you eat, it's going to store whatever you eat. And so the trick is keeping your insulin level turned off, more balanced by keeping your blood sugar balanced. And so that's why you have those drops and those spikes. If you eat something high glycemic, that especially if it's a fast carb, sugar, white flour, things like that, that would spike it really fast, but then it would crash really fast. And you have those cravings, that kind of energy slump, not feeling great. And so by eating small balanced meals every 3 hours, that just keeps your blood sugar balanced all day. You're going to have more energy. feel better, less hunger, less craving, and more stable blood sugar. So typically, our program is this is what it teaches, how to do this, and typically our clients will see that even within the first few days, definitely by a week, their blood sugar is balanced just by what they're eating. All right. The nice thing is our program really helps you learn how to do this. You get a free health coach. That's what I help you do, and someone to guide you in the right direction, help you know what to be eating, provide support and encouragement. That's a big thing. The second thing is a community of support. Sometimes trying to figure out how to eat as a diabetic can be overwhelming, but to have a community of support of other people struggling with the same things, learning from each other and supporting each other really helps. We have a team of nutritionists, dietitians, doctors, personal trainers. Our program is very medically backed, so it will really give you the tools that you need to move in the right direction and have the support to do it. The third thing about our program is our habits of health. I just want you to think, have you ever known anyone that's lost a lot of weight and then gained it back? You probably have, right? Even some of your friends that are diabetic change their habits, learn how to balance their blood sugar, but it's so hard they just quit doing it, quit worrying about it. That's very common. The nice thing about our program is it's very educational. We have a book and a workbook that will teach you all of the things that you need to know to keep your blood sugar balanced and change your health. And the nice thing about our program is it doesn't just focus on the weight loss and the insulin level. It changes the whole body. We work on mental changes, triggers, emotional eating issues, because it's really up here in your brain that is the most important for you to change to be able to make those habits lasting and keep the weight off and your blood sugar balance long term. And so each week we just have a healthy habit of the week that we're learning about. One week it might be how to keep your blood sugar balanced through what you eat, might be drinking water and how that benefits you, how sleep is important to keep your weight off and keep your energy levels up. And every week we'll just have a new topic. And so you're learning along the way. So it's not just a diet, not just something to change your blood sugar, but really to teach you the tools long term. And so I love this step here. With our program, you can see losing weight, that's only step 2, because losing weight, that's something that really contributes to diabetes. And so we want to first help our clients get to a healthy weight to avoid obesity-related diseases. We want to reverse the diabetes. We want to get off of blood pressure, off of cholesterol medication, get your sleep better, get off of app machines, things like that are really affecting your health. And then we transition to a healthy eating, live habits of health, and just continue to optimize your health long term. All right, so how do we make this simple? We live in this busy society, and it's hard to chop and prepare 6 balanced meals. I know, and I've talked to so many diabetics that's what they struggle with, is really knowing what to eat and taking the time for themselves to do that. And so with our program, we start you in the first phase of getting you to a healthy weight to work on the insulin levels and the medications. We focus on healthy habits. And so we want to keep that really simple. We want to keep the weight loss part and the eating part simple so that you can use your energy to really change the mindset, be learning the tools to keep this weight off long term. And we want predictable results. We want you to see results week after week so that you're motivated to keep going. And so the way that we do this is our program is macro balanced. It has all the vitamins, nutrients, everything you need to keep your blood sugar balanced. All of our meals that you'll be eating every 3 hours are designed exactly for diabetics, protein carb balance, to get that more balanced. But because we need to eat 6 times a day, we want to keep that simple for you. And so the way that we do this is we use fuelings, healthy fuelings, to help you to keep this simple. So every 3 hours, you would just grab something that's on the go, healthy for you. It has all your vitamins, nutrients, nothing artificial. There's even probiotics built right in the food because studies show the importance of probiotics. It helps to reduce inflammation, which in turn helps keep your blood sugar balanced. And so that's really important also. And so we make this really simple. So you can get fuelings right from our company if you want to keep that simple and to get the quick results. And you would just eat one every 3 hours. And then once a day, you would do your own lean and green meal. This is like a lean protein and vegetable meal where we call it a practice meal. You'll learn how to cook healthy for the rest of your life. You can cook for your family, you can eat out at a restaurant, you can go to a barbecue, you can live a normal life and practice healthy eating. And we'll keep this simple. We'll help you learn healthy recipes and specifications for this meal. But this one meal is really going to be practiced for the rest of your life. And so if you were to design your own food to help get your blood sugar balanced and something that you'd enjoy, think about what you would want in those foods. And one thing that I love about these fuelings is they are proven nutrition. There's no preservatives. They're very nutrition dense. So you're getting a lot of nutrition in a small calories. You're learning portion control. It has all your healthy fats, your vitamins, your fiber, your minerals, everything you need. And they taste good. Lots of chocolate options. That's one thing I love, is I always had to have something sweet every day, and there's lots of sweet options, so I never felt like I was missing out. No artificial colors or flavors or sweeteners, so it's healthier than something that you could find at the store, and very convenient, and will give you those predictable results. But you will be learning healthy cooking too, and so that's great. All right, so once you get the weight off, how do you keep it off? So here's a couple tips. All right, so every 3 hours, we talked about you need to eat protein-carb balance. So you would just, once you got the weight off, and typically women lose about 10 pounds per month, men lose a little bit faster, but we would really be focusing on the blood sugar and the medication. In my experience, my clients usually have their blood sugar at around 100 after the first week. It's pretty balanced after even the first week, and it stays that way. And so once you get the weight off, you want to keep that blood sugar balance. You want to keep your weight off. And so we'll help you learn how to eat healthy for the rest of your life. You'd still want a protein carb balanced meal every 3 hours. You can still use our portion controlled meal replacements for the rest of your life as snacks if you want, because they taste great. They're just really healthy on the go snacks. But you can also incorporate all the healthy food groups right back in. And so every 3 hours, you would just choose something from your protein list, something from your carb list. It might be a piece of fruit and a string cheese, or beans and quinoa, or cottage cheese and berries. So you would just choose something, and you'd learn healthy combinations that you enjoy to keep that really simple. And so that's going to make it really easy to keep that weight off and keep the blood sugar balance long term. All right. Another thing that I love about this program is you'll never have to count calories or points or measure everything in little containers. Like, this is very simple. We want this to be something that you can do for the rest of your life. So one way to do that is whenever you fix a plate, and I like to use smaller 9-inch plates. If you always just fill half of your plate with vegetables, sometimes, put fruit on there, sometimes also, but vegetables and fruit, and then a quarter of your plate with protein and a quarter with a healthy starch. That is a very balanced meal. So that is kind of what it would look like for the rest of your life. So once you get the weight off, not to say you can't ever enjoy the things that you love. Maybe you love a brownie once in a while. So you'll just want to remember, okay, I'm going to have a brownie for dessert. So maybe I'll leave the starches off for this dinner meal. I'll just have vegetables and protein, and then I'll have that brownie for my starch. So it just helps you to be more mindful and learn to eat more in moderation, and that you can enjoy what you like, but it's about being mindful about what you're eating and eating it smarter. I like to think of it like, I really enjoy Dave Ramsey, and he talks about when you're getting out of debt. Being overweight or having diabetes, that's a debt that you have to your body. And so to get out of that debt, sometimes you cut back, you change your eating, you really work hard at that. And just like with money, once you get out of debt, you can kind of lax up a little bit and, go out to eat once in a while, or go on a vacation, buy something that you normally wouldn't buy, but it's about moderation. If you get out of debt and then you go splurge and spend, everything and charge up your credit card, you'll be right where you are, right where you started. So same thing with your health. Once you get the weight off, you'll have that leniency to eat what you like a little bit here and there, and be mindful about it, just like a budget. You're not going to go crazy and just eat everything and go back to unhealthy habits, because then you'll be right back where you are. So it's all about changing that lifestyle. Hope that made sense, but I like that analogy. So I want you to ask yourself, do I want to be healthy? Is this important to me to change my health? Can I eat every 3 hours? Can I drink water? And can I accept help? And if so, I really would love to talk to you. I'd love to explain the program more, answer your questions, and get you started on this journey to health. and really improve your quality of life. And there's so many stories that I could share from our program. The results are amazing. We have a doctor's call that you can call and ask questions from a doctor. We have help from dietitians and personal trainers. But one thing I just love is that you get extraordinary results and you have support to do it. And the results are predictable. If you follow the program, you'll get predictable results. And no matter what program you do, we have a quick weight loss plan, a specific diabetics plan, a nursing moms plan, a seniors plan, a teen plan. So no matter what stage of life you're at right now, there's a healthy lifestyle plan for you. And I'd love to visit that and talk about what your goals are and what you'd like to accomplish. Just to end really quick, I just want to share this amazing story of my friend Stan. He posted this a little while ago. He said, "Today's my 1-year anniversary on the program, and what amazing year it has been. I have now lost a total of 175 pounds and feel great. A year ago, I was very sick and was not expected to last very long, and today my doctor has given me a clean bill of health." Now, I just love this because Stan was on medications. He was obese, he was diabetic, he had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He was on a lot of medications, but he decided to take control of his health. And he was skeptical that it would work for him, but he was ready to make those changes. And look how far he's come. He's such a great example. He no longer is on any medications, reversed that diabetes, and just really wants to live a full and healthy lifestyle. He started hiking and being adventurous, doing things that he hasn't done before, and just has a whole new view on life. And he's just excited to enjoy that. And so I just encourage you, if diabetes is something that you're struggling with, or something that you're worried about getting in the future and want to learn how to eat better and change your lifestyle, just send me a message, give me a call. I'd love to explore that with you. And I just appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I hope you learned a few helpful tips from it. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.